Alrighty, welcome everybody. I am Anoop Mehta. I run the customer support group here at Brilliant. Today is all about multi-way wiring with Brilliant. So three-way, four-way wiring with Brilliant. I am joined by Erin Wright. She heads up our marketing group here at Brilliant, and she will be handling all the questions in the background. If any questions pop up or anything, feel free to put those in the chat and we will handle them accordingly. With that, let's dive right in. So, on the agenda today, we are going to go over how to identify a three-way switch. We will go over the different wiring scenarios for multi-way with Brilliant, and then we'll go over a few scenarios where the wiring may be incorrect and how to identify that, and then how to fix that so that the wiring is correct. And then we could field any questions that pop up throughout the webinar. So, how do we identify a three-way switch? The most obvious or easiest answer here is if you know in your house or the house you're working on has a light that is controlled by more than one switch in the home, then that obviously is a three-way scenario that you'd be working with. If you don't know which switches control what in the home, then another way to identify a three-way switch is by opening up the switch in the wall and looking at the switch or the wires in the wall. We could do that two ways. So if you're looking at the wires that are connected to the switch, if you have three wires, most commonly two black wires and a red wire, then that is a three-way or part of a multi-way. That switch is part of a multi-way. If you look at a switch itself and you see that it has two gold terminals, so one on this side, one on this side, and one black terminal, that as is a three-way switch as well. There are times where, the screws might not be gold, they may be some other color, but there is three terminals on this switch, not including the ground, and that's the key to know that that is a multi-way switch. So that most likely there is another switch in the home that is also controlling that light. Two pieces of terminology that I quickly want to go over here, just so that we're speaking the same language when we get to brilliant wiring scenarios, and that is line side and load side. And so, in a three-way specific scenario, you have two switches that control the light. There's a line side switch and a load side switch. The line side switch is the switch where the power is coming in. So from the circuit breaker, the first switch in line is the line side switch. The load side switch is the switch or the side that is connected directly to the light. A key way to remember that is line in, load out. We will harp on that a bit more, or we'll use that terminology a lot coming up in the different scenarios. So I wanted to just kind of go over that and get a grounds for line side versus load side. So again, line side is the side where power comes in. Load side is the side where is directly connected to the light. So our first scenario here, we are going to go over three-way where a brilliant control and a regular dumb switch or a paddle switch is on the other end. In this specific wiring diagram, the brilliant control is on the line side and the dumb switch or the paddle switch is on the load side. Whenever brilliant control is in a three-way scenario with a dumb switch or a paddle switch, it is wired up like a traditional three-way wiring. So the common three-way wiring that is with dumb switches as well. So if we look at this diagram on the right, and you can see my mouse cursor here at the bottom, you have your line wire, so your power wire coming in, because the bottom is the line side, the top is the load side. You have your power coming in, that's connected to the common on the back of the Brilliant, so the C port on the back of the Brilliant, so that Brilliant gets power. And then your two travelers, your red traveler and your black traveler, are connected to L1 and L2 on the back of the Brilliant. So your black traveler connected to L1, your red traveler connected to L2. And that leads over to your load side switch, which is just a regular paddle switch. This is regular traditional wiring. You can imagine L1 and L2 as the gold terminals on the dumb switch and the black the common on the back of the Brilliant. It can be looked to as the black terminal on a regular paddle switch. One thing to note is that when you have brilliant on one end, or when you have a control on one end of a three-way and a dumb switch on the other end, the dumb switch cannot be a dimmer. It has to be just a regular paddle switch. Brilliant can be the only dimmer on a three-way when it's brilliant to dumb switch. Moving on, we have the same scenario, except brilliant is now on the load side and your regular paddle switch is on the line side. This again is exactly the same. You can see here the line coming in to the paddle switch, the two travelers, the black and the red connected to the gold terminals. They go over to your Brilliant L1 and L2. So the two traveler wires, your black traveler and your red traveler, both go to L1 and L2. And then your load wire that's connected to the light gets connected to common on the back of the Brilliant. One other note here is that Brilliant Control is the only Brilliant device that can be connected in a three-way scenario with a dumb switch. The moment you introduce the Brilliant Smart Dimmer switch in a three-way or a multi-way, all the switches have to be Brilliant at that point. So again, the control is the only device in our suite of devices that can be paired with a dumb switch on the other end in a three-way scenario. So now getting into the fun stuff. So a three-way scenario, so two switches that control the light, both switches will be Brilliant. The wiring scenario for that. So before we get into the how it's wired and stuff, I want to first go over identifying line side and load side. So when it's Brilliant, let me back up. The way Brilliant does multi-way when it's Brilliant to Brilliant, only the load side switch, so this switch at the top, is doing the work. The line side switch communicates to the load side via software. So in order to wire this correctly, we first have to identify line side and load side. How do you do that? The best way to identify line side versus load side is to remove both the dumb switches from both ends, have the wires just out in the wall, and use your voltage detector to find the hot wire. There will be one side that has a constant hot wire. That is your line side, the side where power is coming in. Once you have identified line side versus load side, which is key when you're installing Brilliant to Brilliant, then you can wire it up. And so on the line side switch, all we're doing is passing power through. So if you follow my cursor again, you can see that the black line wire, so this is the wire that we just identified as the hot wire. So we know this is the line side. That wire is coming in to, it gets bundled with the black wire on the back of the smart dimmer switch, so the line wire on the back of the Brilliant, so that Brilliant gets power, along with the black traveler. So this black traveler will always be hot because it's bundled together with the line wire. So essentially, we're always going to be passing power through to the load side switch, and we'll always be powering Brilliant on the line side. On the load side, it gets connected as a single pole essentially. So the black hot wire that's coming over, the black traveler, gets connected to line so that Brilliant gets power. And then your load wire, the wire that's connected directly to your light, gets connected to the red load wire on the back of the Brilliant. So this is essentially a single pole now. The red traveler wire in your wall gets capped off. We don't need two wires to send power through. We're simply communicating via one wire. And so the red wire gets capped off in your wall, and the red wire on the back of the Brilliant, or the load wire on the back of the Brilliant on the line side, gets capped off. So again, power's coming in, it gets bundled with the black traveler and the line wire on the back of the Brilliant on the line side. That then sends power over to the load side, and then the load wire in your wall gets connected to the red wire or the load wire on the back of the Brilliant. One thing to note is when you have Brilliant to Brilliant wired this way, and you go to test before configuration, before any software configuration, with the mobile app, when you go to test the switches, only the load side switch, when you tap it, will turn on and off the light. The line side switch should do absolutely nothing because it has not been configured yet via software to tell the load side to turn on and off. So again, a quick way to test if this is wired correctly is to tap the line side. Nothing at all should happen. And on the load side, the light should turn on and off. I'm going to stop my share here and I'm going to try to do a quick demonstration on how to wire Brilliant to Brilliant when it's smart dimmers. So I have three wires here. Let's pretend that this wire here is the black hot wire on the line side coming in from the wall. And then we have your black and red travelers, right? So in this scenario, we're going to take your black hot wire, your black traveler, and connect both of those to the black wire on the back of the Brilliant on the line side. So I'm going to quickly do that. I dropped the red wire just because we cap that off. We don't need to use that at all, right? We're not using the red traveler at all in this scenario. So I'm going to quickly get these three wired together on the pigtail, right? So now, not taking the three, I'm adding a pigtail to it and getting these all wired together. So we have the three wires connected, right? So your hot wire coming in from the wall, your black traveler, and then now Brilliant is also powered. So now on the other end, that black wire that is the traveler gets connected to the black wire on the back of the Brilliant so that Brilliant gets power. And then the red wire on the load side would get connected to the actual light. Sorry, the wires are falling out because the wire nuts are a bit too big. So essentially, the uh, line side is simply passing power through to the load side. So let me share my screen again. That is smart dimmer switch to smart dimmer switch multi-way wiring, right? So always just remember the line side passes power through to the load side. The load side does all the work. Next slide here we have is control to control, all Brilliant. So the concept is exactly the same. Power comes in on the line wire, it gets connected to the black traveler along with the common on the back of the Brilliant. So the power is coming in, we connect it to common so that Brilliant gets powered, and then we also connect it to the black traveler so that the black traveler sends power always to the load side switch. On the load side, the black power obviously gets connected to common, and then your load wire gets connected to L1, like a single pole, like we would wire a single pole's Brilliant control. Red traveler in your wall gets capped, and then on the line side, L1 and L2 get capped. It's similar on the previous slide that we capped the red load wire on the back of the smart dimmer switch on the line side. We're just going to cap off because this control, the line side control, will communicate with the load side control via software. Four-way or multi-way Brilliant. So four-way is when there's three total switches controlling the light. You can apply this to multi-way as well. So four switches, five switches, whatever it is. If they're all Brilliant, the concept is exactly the same. You take your power coming in, you pass power through each switch until you get to the load side, where on the load side, you connect it as a single pole. So we'll quickly go through this. Power comes in, Brilliant gets powered from the line wire, which is also bundled with the black traveler. That black traveler will then power the middle switch or the four-way position. It's wired exactly the same so that the black traveler in the middle will also send power to the load side. So these two switches, the line side and the four-way position, are constantly sending power to the load side. The load side switch is wired like a single pole, so it's getting the power to power Brilliant, and then the load wire is connected to the red load wire on the back of the Brilliant. We will not use any of the red travelers in your wall, nor will we use the red load wire on the back of the Brilliant in the line side position and the four-way position. In this scenario is exactly the same. If you wire this up and you go to test, only the load side will work until you configure the three switches via the mobile app. And then everything will start to work. Essentially, when you set it up via the mobile app and you scan the QR codes, you're assigning these two sliders to control the load side. One thing to note here, in one of the first slides, we said Brilliant Control is the only Brilliant device that can be paired with a regular dumb switch or a paddle switch. That holds true in a four-way position as well, or four-way scenario as well, but there is one caveat. Brilliant cannot be in the middle or the four-way position with two dumb switches on either end. So you could see in this graphic at the bottom here, a Brilliant on the line side, a dumb switch in the middle, and a Brilliant on load side will work perfectly fine. A Brilliant on in the middle, Brilliant, or line side, Brilliant in the middle, and a paddle on the load side, perfectly fine. The only one that does not work is when Brilliant is in the four-way position or the middle by itself. That that scenario will not work in configuration. A few common I won't call them mistakes, but common issues we see with multi-way wiring and how to identify them and how to fix them. So first scenario is you have a Brilliant control on one end and a regular dumb switch on the other. When you go to turn on the light, only one of the positions actually turns on the light. The other switch does nothing. This is usually because on Brilliant's end, you have the common and the L1, the two black wires that are getting connected essentially from your wall, swapped. And so if you were to swap C or common and L1, you swap those wires, it will start to work. The next two scenarios are very common ones that we see. So you have a smart dimmer switch to a smart dimmer switch in a three-way. When the line side, so everything's wired up, you go to test it, and when you tap the line side switch, the load side switch's power, you lose power to that switch. So essentially that white blinking light, that goes away when you tap the line side. That is 100% a wiring issue, and that means we're not passing power through at all times. So when you're actually pressing the line side switch to test, it's cutting power to the load side. So we either have a wiring issue or a wiring issue, and we did not identify line side versus load side properly. Another scenario we see often is, again, smart dimmer switch to smart dimmer switch in a three-way scenario. The Once you get everything wired up, the light just stays on. Nothing, no matter what you tap, turns off the light. This again is we've identified line side versus load side incorrectly, and therefore we wired it incorrectly. So definitely check to make sure you've identified line side versus load side. And the last point, I've said this numerous times, but I'll say it again just because it's very important, is when you wire Brilliant to Brilliant in a three-way scenario, only the load side is going to work before configuring via software. That's essentially it. When you guys are in the field or you have installation questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to our support team. We can definitely help identify where things may be going wrong. With that, let me quickly check to see if we have any questions that might have popped up. It looks like we are good on questions. So thank you everybody for your time.